Me again. So this is going to be a bit of a weird one. I'm going to get all deep and motivational on you. Just want to discuss a couple of things that have been coming up more and more in conversations I've had with people recently. It's not about music, it's not about guitar playing, it's about life and mindset mostly. So if you've ever experienced anxiety or lack of self-confidence, you might want to carry on watching. If you haven't, and you've been the most confident person in the world, you've never had these issues, you may as well stop watching now because this is not the video for you. Okay, so if you're still with me, let's go. So, okay, let's be real. I have, for a very long time, suffered from crippling lack of self-confidence, and it has deeply affected how my life has gone so far. It has stopped me doing things I really wanted to do. It has changed the way I feel about myself and what I believed to be possible, and it's taken me to some really, really dark times. Thankfully, I seem to have found my way through most of it at the minute, and I'm on the other side. I'm seeing life in a completely different way, which is pretty much why I'm here in front of this camera chatting shit to you right now, because the old me of even a year ago would not be doing this. I would have just had a panic attack at the mere thought of it. But here we are. So I just want to talk about how I got there. For the longest time, I wore a mask. Not a funny Halloween mask intended to scare people, but an emotional mask to hide how I really felt. So if you've known me for a long time, you probably didn't even notice that I felt this way about myself because of that mask. I hid it real good, like you never would have noticed. Only a couple of people ever saw through it that I know of, so shout out to you if you noticed it, you did good. But the rest of people had no idea, and so when I started talking about it more and more recently over the last 6 months, as I've been on this journey of self-development and whatnot, people were surprised. Someone said recently to me, a few years back, I was part of this group for work, and we'd go to Plymouth every couple of months and we'd give presentations, and the first one I was shitting my pants. I was so scared. I had to get up in front of 20 people and give a presentation, and I've always hated public speaking. I've hated being in front of people. I've hated any kind of spotlight, which I'm aware probably seems really ironic now that I'm talking in front of a camera telling you all this, but that's just a sign of how far I've come. And so anyway, I'm up there in front of this crowd and I nailed it. Nobody knew that I felt weird at all, but do you know why that was? It was because before I even started on the train to Plymouth, I took 2 diazepam tablets and I was so off my face on these pills that I couldn't even feel my legs, let alone any nerves. And I recently told someone from the group that very thing, and he had no idea. So that is what it took me to take those steps and give that presentation, because I was so nervous. So that's the old me, that's how I was before. Now, this January, I decided I can't carry on like that. I have dreams, I have ambitions, and I need more from life. I can't keep going through the same thing. And slowly but surely I built some confidence, and I took my first step, which was sharing one guitar video on my Facebook page. And it was Corpse Cry Angel Fall by Psy, and it's always been one of my favourite bands, and I love playing it. And this was the first time I'd ever shared my guitar playing with anyone outside of my house. And it was terrifying. I kind of needed to do it to push myself, and I knew it was time. Because I've been playing for 14 years at this point, on and off, and I should have been way better than I was. I should have had more self-confidence, but because I didn't play for other people, I never got feedback, and I never got encouragement, and that really held me back. So I decided, post one video, see what happens, and the response was overwhelming. Everybody, even people that don't like crazy avant-garde Japanese black metal, everyone loved it. I got so much feedback and encouragement that it changed everything. And I realised, that's it. That's what I need to be doing more. So I followed that up with another video, and another video, and another video. Then I took another step forward and I posted to a Facebook group called Rock the Lockdown, which had almost 1 million members at the time. And these were people that didn't have to be nice to me. They weren't my friends and family. So that was the next step. I shared one there, and again, response was really good, even from people that don't like heavy metal. And that was another boost. And now I'm here, in front of this camera, telling you guys that this Sunday I launched my mixing business, that I've put my portfolio out into the world. I'm on Google. You can click my website on Google and hear my work, read all about me. I've had the confidence to do that. And yet, even 1 year ago, never mind further back, just 1 year ago, From there, I met 3 guys that were also sharing heavy metal guitar videos. It was Curtis, Anthony and Damon, with whom I then helped form the 6 String Covers group on Facebook that I've mentioned before. And together we've just built each other's confidence up more and more, as well as all these other guitarists that have joined our group. And these are kind of the people that I'm talking about when I say anxiety and stuff have been coming up. So we're really helping new players build up their confidence and take those first steps to share. Because sharing actually moves you forward. It's taking a piece of yourself that is so personal and so special, something you're truly passionate about, and putting it out there. Just the act of doing that can make huge progress for you. I can't understate that enough. And as soon as you do it more and more, you will build that confidence, and you'll realise that you can do those things. You can do those things that you've told yourself for so long you cannot do. I know your brain is an asshole at times. Mine was for years. For so long it told me, you're not good enough to do that. No one's going to watch you play. No one's going to like that at all. There's 1 million people out there that do it better than you, so why would anyone want to watch you? I told myself that day in, day out for years, and it stopped me doing the things I loved in life. Why? Why should that stop me? Why should that stop you? It's not true. The voice in your brain is an asshole. It's an asshole. Don't listen to it. You take what you want to do and you do it. That's all you've got to do. Take the first step. Do something. I spent so long waiting for a perfect moment, waiting for the stars to align, for all of my skills to be at 100%, to be the best I could possibly be at everything before I took a first step and did anything. And do you know where it got me? Nowhere. It got me nowhere. I didn't take any step whatsoever for years. What good is that? So don't wait for perfection. Just start now. Take that one first step, and then the next, and then the next. Celebrate all of your small wins, because they will add up. They will add up fast, and you will prove that voice in your wrong to be totally full of shit. I truly thought no one would watch me play. You guys have watched me play guitar and chat shit to this camera for 17 hours now, that's since June. You've probably got much better things to do with your time, but yet you spent that time watching me. I'm not the best guitarist in the world. I'm not even that much fun to watch. I have a really boring concentration face, and I don't pull off funny stage moves and all that sort of stuff. I don't even play standing up. I play sitting down, which Curtis and Damon would constantly tell me is really boring. And they tell me to get the fuck off that chair and stand up. But you guys watch me anyway. So that alone is proof that people care, that people will watch you, people will support you, and you will get to where you want to be. All you need to do is take the first step, and then the next. And all of your small wins, celebrate each and every one. The tiny milestones, even if it's 10 views, 20 views, 50 views, each one means that someone has given up their time to watch you and to support you. And that means everything. So thank you for watching this and all my other videos, and I hope you take something away from this. I hope this helps in some way, shape or form. If I can inspire even one person to take action, then all of my current discomfort at telling complete strangers in the whole bloody world my personal feelings and past and history, if I can help even one person, then that means something. It's worthwhile. So get on it. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. If you ever need anything at all, reach out. You can find me at my website, at my Instagram page, my Facebook page, blah blah blah. I'll put all the links below. I'd love to know how you feel. And I'd love to know that you've taken a step to do something. So please reach out. Okay? Talk soon.